Okay. Um, I can't believe that this is the last. This is the last two chapters, man. I can't believe it's the end.
Oh yeah, man.
And
It
now,
finally came true.
now until whatever spinoff we're having, now it's just gonna be all One Piece and Bleach, man.
Yeah. When is that miniseries supposed to start? Was it spring?
It's gonna start this spring, man.
Oh, okay. Whoa, chapter 699, man. What'd you think about that chapter?
All I gotta say is, hmm, I gotta say is like, it's over. The war is over. Sasuke is I'm surprised Sakura forgave him again, and seeing him actually change of heart, that surprised me because I thought a little bit of before the whole trailer came out for the last, like, we thought we might get Naruto versus Sasuke part 4 or something, but he seems like he's really changed now.
And it's kind of funny how like it was like days before when he was like, "I hate you." Now he's like, "Sakura, I love you." And I don't know how I feel about that. That is kind of a little bit weird because I don't know if people can change that fast. But
Well, like
I
it all,
guess
it
I
all took Naruto to make him snap out of it.
I guess it was because Sasuke probably did want to change all this time. He just never had the right person to talk to about. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how Naruto uh has like that bond with Sasuke. So if he didn't really have someone like Naruto all these years. So finally when he
Yeah.
met Naruto again, he could, get him out of it. But I did think it was a little bit like, I don't want to say stupid, but it was kind of like a little bit weird that Sasuke could just randomly change just like that. Um, and I don't know. I want to say that it was a little bit rushed, just a little bit, but
That's that's what everyone's been saying for the past 2 days, man.
like if you were to like from where we were in 2 chapters ago, the Naruto versus Sasuke, it kind of did feel. I'm just gonna say 699 did kind of feel a little bit rushed, but I guess it was like, overall it was a little bit,
I'll tell
um
you why. Kishimoto, and also happy birthday, Kishimoto. Is today his well tomorrow. Yesterday was his birthday, but here is his birthday. So happy birthday.
oh yeah, how old is he? Like,
Like 40 or something. I don't know.
okay.
Somewhere around Oda's age. But I can tell you why he rushed it. The reason why he probably rushed it was, well, like, remember when I said like they would end on 700? Well, maybe that's the reason why. Maybe just to make it like that, or maybe he just wanted to have the Naruto versus Sasuke fight that everyone's been waiting on since just the
But
beginning of Shippuden.
he could have made chapter 699 a longer, but I'm not saying this particular chapter was bad. I'm not saying it was bad. I'm just saying it was just a little bit, like it just went
Yeah,
one after another. Like, that time skip between this chapter. I think it was like, was it like days after the war or something? Because you know how it like,
yeah,
uh,
yeah. It was days after the war, I believe so.
yeah,
I want to know is like when they announced Kakashi's like the new Hokage, how many days was that like after the war? That's what I want to know.
yeah. It should have said something like 6 days later or a week later or whatever, but it didn't. But I guess it's okay. But
They,
so
they better say it in the anime when it comes out.
I feel like when the anime comes out, it's probably gonna cover all the things that the manga missed. So that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. But I just well, what I thought was funny was remember okay, at the beginning of this chapter, you see like Sakura looking all
Mm-hmm.
worried, and I honestly thought she was worried about both of them, but in reality, she was just worried about Sasuke. And you could like, oh my god, that was. I mean, you see that one
It's
part
all,
where Naruto was like thanking her. He's like, thank you, Sakura. and she just completely ignored him.
I know that's.
Like
I did. I guess.
I don't know
I
what
guess
the
I don't know what about that is, but I'm glad that Team Seven was smiling after the whole
yeah,
incident and
but
seeing Kakashi too. You know.
I don't really don't know how I feel about Sakura in this chapter because
Because of
I don't think at one point did she ever mention to like Naruto that you fulfilled my promise, the promise of the lifetime thing.
yeah,
Not even once did she
maybe
mention that.
maybe they might mention it in the movie. I'm not sure, but
Yeah, but I mean, it would have been more convenient if Kishimoto had did it in the manga, because that's where it happened. It didn't happen in a movie. It happened in the manga, and I felt like it would have been more appropriate if they had done, you know, all the stuff that was related to the manga in the manga. Because a movie, I know this movie's gonna probably explain, how Naruto and Hinata's relationship, gets a little bit further. I know that, but I don't know. I just putting that in the movie kind of seems like I don't know. It just doesn't seem right. I mean, don't you feel like they should have resolved that in the manga itself?
a little bit. But it's like you said, Kishimoto rushed it, and he wanted to make it special for like some parts of like for the 699 and 700. So maybe
Yeah,
I might mention it.
yeah,
Uh, if you saw that, Kakashi, he kicked out Sasuke out of the village, even though he kind of did save the village, hero of the war. He had to fulfill his duty because he doesn't want no confliction within the Leaf Village.
yeah. And
You think that?
wasn't it like what do you call it? He told him the usual thing that they would do is that they would like put him in prison. Was that it?
Yeah, they would put him in prison for life if they kept him there. So he decided he just it's banishment
Yeah, I mean, if it was anyone else other than Kakashi, he would have been probably in prison for life. But
or
or
death.
Naruto might butt in and be like, no. So I don't know.
Yeah, that's.
But
Hey, it's pretty. Hey, when you texted me like saying that 699 is funny, it was like seeing that or it was 700. You told me it was funny. Is when Sakura said like, "Well, can I come with you?" And I was like, it was hilarious. Like she still was like just begging over him, and he's like, "No, this is my road to redemption."
yes. The only reason I just one of the reasons I didn't like this chapter was how Kishimoto kind of pushed Sakura's character to like a whole another level of being selfish, I guess, because I mean Sasuke didn't come back just by himself. It was Naruto that kind of brought Sasuke back, and I guess Sakura she can't get enough of Sasuke. That's pretty much
Yeah,
it. So
love is a powerful thing, man.
I know, but I
But
mean,
what I really liked was like when Sasuke like when he said like he did the whole finger thing like what Itachi did to him and he pointed her forehead for her forehead and he said like I'll see you later. So that kind of a little bit that made a lot of man, that's really hard to say. The pairing of Sasuke and Sakura really happy.
yeah. Oh god, that kind of made me a little bit, irritated. But I guess whatever. I mean, and honestly, this really wasn't something that, it's not really a romance series. Like
Yeah,
a lot of people
I
take
know.
this. A lot.
If I wanted a romance manga, I would just read Nice but
I
but
know.
hey, it was good.
Yeah, but like I just felt like people kind of take into too much. Like it has to be Naruto Sakura or it has to be Naruto and Hinata. It doesn't really matter.
I got you. Hey,
Kishi,
what I really like, well, you go ahead. You go ahead and see what you're about to say.
oh, I was just gonna say, I felt like, whatever Kishimoto felt comfortable with doing, I felt like, I guess the way he wanted it, he probably feels good about it, and we should just leave it. So that's it, yeah. What were you going to say?
And well, at the end of the chapter, I was really, really happy to see that when he left, he talked to Naruto saying about this. I forgot what he said. He said something about like, I think it was something like, don't come back and don't like try to mess up the village again. And he's like, okay, I won't. But then he gave him back the headband that he scratched up in part 1 as a sign of,
Oh, yeah.
like,
So he's been keeping that?
That was touching, man.
So he's been keeping that all this time?
Yes, he has.
Uh,
If you looked at the filler arcs, like you could see in the opening, it had Sasuke. I mean, no, not Sasuke. Naruto had the headband during the opening, so that kind of like fulfilled this kind of a promise, kind of.
I guess, yeah. So are we done with 699?
Yes, we are. First off, I want to say the shout out to Chibi Reviews for the. Didn't expect that package would come yesterday. I thought it would. The mail lady said it was supposed to come on like Monday, but I guess he got it early. So.
Well, was it 38?
Yeah, volume 38, man.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
What did that have? Which one was that? Like
that volume. That volume is when Naruto defeats Kakazu, Sasuke versus Orochimaru. Orochimaru dies, form of Taka.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yes.
So now on to 700, man. Dude,
color. Very first color chapter.
Full color. I read this chapter like at least 10 times. It was a great chapter. 10 out of 10, man. 10 out of 10.
I wish I could give it a 10 out of 10 because I was kind of crying all the time I was reading it. I'm just kidding. I would give it a 10 out of 10.
Hey, if you catch my reaction, there was one thing that really threw me off. One, there were like 2 missing pages, so thanks a lot, Manga Panda, for that. And 2, I did not recognize Shino in the first page. I was like, wait, is this like some type of RoboCop thing? And then when I read back a couple times, I said, hey, that's Shino. Like, that was really hard to recognize him. Like, you remember like when Naruto met Shino for the first time, he was like, who are you? That was my expression there. I was like, who's this?
I guess Kishimoto purposely wanted to do that.
Yeah, but then after seeing the bug, and I was like, oh man, that's Shino. He looked like a robot there. So,
dude, every time we see Shino in a time skip, he gets better eyewear. You notice that?
Yeah.
Like, in the first, he had just normal sunglasses on, part 1. Part 2, he had like those goggles or whatever he had on. I don't know what that, but they looked pretty cool. And now he has like this. Yeah. I don't even know what he has now, like some laser thing or whatever.
Yeah.
So.
Hey, so in the next page we see he was still Bolt, which he's pretty spot on for Naruto's child because he reminds me of the young Naruto chapter 4 somewhat when he just keeps on saying like, I'm gonna show you guys a prank, y'all want to come with me,
So his name is Bolt, right? And his Japanese name is.
That's the English. That's kind of like a translation. His real name is like Boruto.
That's very creative.
That's fun. It's funny, man. It's funny. We also saw Shikamaru and Tamari's kid, which I think his name was like.
I recognize that was Shikamaru's and Tamari's son. You know how? Because of the eyes. If you look at the eyes.
Yeah. Yes.
You look at Tamari's eyes, you can see the similarity, man. So I just knew right then and there.
Clothing. It looks just like Shikamaru when he was a kid.
Yeah, but his eyes are just like Tamari's.
Yeah, that got me there too, man. And we also saw Shoji and what's her name from
Kari?
From
I think her name is like.
Okay, Kari. That was a little bit. That was
confused. Where did that come from? I don't even know if they even met. They didn't even meet. Like maybe the movie will mention it, man. Probably not because I mean, like, I don't even know if Choji even knew that girl existed. Like, what? Like, What the
I
heck?
guess he. Hey, I guess he wanted some chocolate. That was
Very
so
funny.
bad. That was bad. And we also saw Eno's kid. That threw me off too. Like for a second, I thought Eno and Sai's kid was a girl, but I looked it up and it was a boy. And I
I
was
know,
like,
same here, because of the
how?
long hair.
Yeah, the hair threw me off. Kishimoto, man, you kind of threw me off with the hair there because you're trying to show the viewers that that's Eno's kid, but it threw me off there, you know.
Yeah, that's a little bit.
Yeah, pale skin, and he has pale skin like his father. I mean, get a tan.
I know. Um,
And I know this really made you mad seeing Anko. She's fat now. That really
oh
made you.
my god. Oh my god. You know how mad
And
that
I
made me?
mean,
Anko, literally one of the best female characters in Naruto. And in the end, I mean, she was fine all the way till like, I don't know, the last time we saw her, which was like, I don't know, in Kabuto's lair or whatever. Uh,
I don't know, but
and it was like 500 something. And what?
maybe maybe she was celebrating eating after the war. Maybe that was it.
Yeah, but how was she like? I don't think we even saw her after she was with what's his name?
He was like unconscious when they brought back Orochimaru.
No, what's his name? The guy who wants to protect Sasuke or whatever. What's his name?
What's it? Jugo.
Yeah, Jugo. Like, remember last time we saw her, him carrying Anko, and then that's the last time we saw Anko. And
Yeah.
do you see what I mean when Kishimoto kind of rushed it? That's kind of what I mean, but
Okay,
I
so
don't know. But Anko going from like
I,
literally one of
okay,
the best
moving
looking
on.
characters. No, Anko going from like the best looking character to like that. It's like saying um Psycho or Seiko from High School of the Dead going
Oh, come
from
on,
that.
don't talk about my wafu
Well,
like
that,
that,
that
man.
that's how it feels. Like Psycho's yours, Anko's mine. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
it'll be okay, man. Okay, moving on. I believe the next page was like we see Hinata and which confirms the Naruto and Hita confirmed right there. I won right there. I won.
Oh yeah,
And
you won.
seeing her daughter, I think her daughter was name is Himari Wata. It's really hard to pronounce.
I don't know, Tori or I don't know, something like that. I don't know. But I know it
But
means like
seeing
sunflower or whatever, like a flower.
no, that was for no, that was Neji.
Really?
That, yeah, when she placed the flower, she said like, "You think Uncle will like this?" And then Hinata said like, "Yeah, because his name is also named Sunflower." And then she said like, "Next time I want to come here with my brother."
Oh,
So
okay.
and I would like to see both relationship, like how they interact in the spinoff.
Oh yeah, because Naruto was alone, and you want to see how Bolt would interact with a sibling.
Yeah. And also the next page I believe Tamari was I mean not Tamari Tenten, she's like a owner, which was funny because she has no success whatsoever because no one is buying her weapons and there's so much peace in the world.
Hey,
And I was
don't
like,
make fun of Tenten, man. She's like one of the best characters in the show. She had a major important role to play, but I guess she was just too cool that Kishimoto just skipped over it. All right.
hey,
Wasn't you supposed?
hey, what really also threw me off? Lee and his kid. Like who's the mother? Is it Tenten? Because that's my theory right there.
I mean, not really. Otherwise, it would have been shown together, I guess. But I don't know. Who knows?
I,
Who knows?
I don't know, but I believe and then we see
Some I know some people say that Lee reproduced asexually through the process of youth.
yeah,
That's what I've been hearing, but I don't know if that's true.
and and I believe like within the story, Bolt's he was um, being targeted, like he's just being stalked by this girl, and then moving ahead from that. If I have to say about this chapter, everyone in this chapter has aged a lot, except for Tsunade. Tsunade does not look like she's aged. She still looks like she still did that jutsu, and the rest of the Kages are like old. Like
you missed the panel where Naruto meets or hits catches what's his name, Bolt.
that's a little bit too far, man. I'm still like before we.
No, I thought that was between those, wasn't it?
No, that was after when they meet the Kages. After we see the Kages, when they're old.
All right, cool. I guess.
And like
probably.
Texted me like the Tensu this Hint of the Stones Kage looks like he's about to die there, and the rest of them
he should have been dead, man.
Yeah, I know they're all. I'm surprised they're still alive, and not made the right Kage, not made the right Kage, but Tsunade, she's still looking young. She's still looking young, and Tamari, she looks like she's worn out. Like I guess childbirth like really did a number on her. She looks like she's like worn out or something.
Yeah, poor Tamari.
And Gaara's design, he looks like some type of butler or something.
Yeah, that hair though.
Yeah, and we see Killer Bee, who isn't dead, who is like he can levitate now, which was pretty amazing to see, and he's still rapping.
So who looks better in your opinion, the Raikage in Shippuden or B in the in the time skip in 700?
I like B in the time skip. He looks like monk kind of monk a little bit. Not like those classic monks, but like those laid back, just don't care. Like if you see like the Avatar, you'll probably know what I mean.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so and so when Killer Bee said like I should go see Naruto, and then like the Eight Tails says like, well, he's really busy. We moved to the panel where Naruto is Hokage. That's what I was waiting on instead of the Parings. That's why I wanted to see Naruto as the 7th Hokage, man.
Took him how long to become Hokage?
Let's see. I believe this chapter is like 15 years after 699 or something. I don't know. He's got to be at least in his mid-30s or something.
Oh, yeah, probably. Took him that long to become Hokage, man.
Well, they can't trust a 17-year-old kid to be a Hokage. They have to choose someone that's like an adult. They can't just have kid Hokages.
Sure they can, man.
I guess.
Was it Gaara the Kazekage?
Oh yeah, but different village, man. Different village, different standards. Different village, different standards. But we also forgot about like Kakashi. He's got really old, and Guy, he looks like he's old too, and he's in a wheelchair. And surprisingly, he's still alive. But then again, we did saw that chapter, which was one of my favorite chapters, where Naruto heals him and he's like saving him from near death.
The guy should have died as like a good death, man. Dude, that guy like. Well, I mean, he didn't have to.
Well,
he basically.
He wanted to keep the friendship of Kakashi and Guy going. Like, in this chapter, he says like Kakashi says like, well, I'd step down for Hokage, so how about we like just go on a trip? And he says like, okay, that for the first time, and then it stopped there. Jack, you there?
Yeah.
Okay, so I was just wondering. So, and another thing, we saw Asuma's kid, which I thought that was a boy for a second, but it turns out it was a girl. So some of the designs just threw me off. If you saw my live reaction, I'm not a morning person. I'm not. I am not. Well, so after seeing that Naruto's Hokage, we saw that they have technology now. He was typing on a computer. Like it kind of looked like my laptop, man. Like, what did you think of that?
I thought it was a Mac. like a MacBook
Yeah,
or something.
kind of like a MacBook or something, but they can't mention that in the manga, copyright and that
Sure.
and
I mean, why
whatnot.
not?
I think they had something to do with copyright or something, but it kind of
No,
looked
I
like,
know that, but I'm just saying, like, they should have just
but
made it.
it was awesome to see that they have technology. It kind of looked like they'd gone through kind of like that Legend of Korra type stuff. Like, in the Legend of Korra, they got like technology now, like cars and buildings and stuff. And now in Naruto, they got like buildings and laptops and more stuff. Like, what's next? Do they have cars now?
Probably so, because of that the second to last page in this chapter. Remember that?
Yeah, that threw me off in the live reaction too because I was so tired. There was a building behind the monuments. I would like to see what's behind there, like the city. Like, do they have shops? Do they have more enhanced stuff? Do they have flat screens? Do they have like everything
Cars,
that is modern day right now?
like cars.
Cell phones, tablets.
That's crazy. So in 15 years, they did all that.
I would like to see who invented it, and and we see like Bolt, he did like all this painting stuff, and then Naruto steps in and it just says like, well, you need to cut it out, Bolt. And then he's showing his more mature side, talking to him about. And I'm surprised like how Naruto is so busy that he can't even like be with his kid, man. But they better have like some kind of arc, like them fighting like them like training with each other, like in the spinoff.
Yeah, probably. I don't know if we're gonna see a lot of Naruto himself in the miniseries, but who knows?
But seeing that Naruto, it seems like Bolt has somewhat of a respect for his father, but he
It's
after
just
getting
his
down
hair. What I really liked about Bolt's character is not necessarily his name, but the way he looks like. Yeah, that kid looks like a Super Saiyan Trunks from, like, I don't know if
I
Kishimoto
know.
I don't know if Kishimoto like did that on purpose or he just wanted something new, but that hair, like, I don't know.
It's
It doesn't
pretty
look like
cool.
something that Naruto would have, or definitely doesn't look like
Yeah.
something that Hinata would have, but I
But
don't know.
hey, this series was inspired from Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball Z. If we didn't have Dragon Ball Z, Naruto, One Piece, and Bleach would have never existed.
Probably, yeah.
But so moving ahead, Iruka looks like he's aged too, and Kamahamaru looks pretty. His design looks pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Like, he's a Jonin now. I would like to know if he's like in his like he's like R 24, 25 ish or something.
Yeah, probably.
And the girl again, and it turns out it's Sakura and Sasuke Kid. And I was like, oh man, she does look like some parts of Sakura and the hair of Sasuke.
Yeah, but there's actually one thing that just confuses me. She doesn't even
What's
look
that?
that close. Like, she looks a lot like what's her name?
Irene.
Yeah, because of those
Yeah,
glasses.
she has a big forehead like Sakura, so
Yeah,
that kind
I
of
know, but I'm just saying, like, I bet
she
you,
got more of her traits from her father.
I bet you Sasuke usually doesn't stay in the village because he has to go meet, Karen, uh, somewhere else. So I don't know. They might have.
I would like to see how Sasuke and Sakura's relationship grew in the movie too. Like how they interact when he's
Exactly. It
banished.
doesn't make any sense.
I don't know. Maybe Sasuke says like, come around where I live. Sakura left the village. They had one night together, and then bam, 9 months later, Saladai was born.
More like salad.
Okay, more like salad. Okay.
So we have burrito and salad. I don't know what we're gonna have
Yeah.
next. Oh, I guess it was kind of obvious after that, when you said that salad was following Bolt kind of similarly to where.
Yeah, because she told Sakura she kind of him kind of resembles him of me, and like when it comes to that, she's like Sharu or whatever Sakura's catchphrase was. What's it like? Shara, something like that.
Wait, what?
What was Sakura's catchphrase? It was like Shara, something like that. I know in the English it was like Cha, and then like in the manga it was like Shararu or something like that. I don't know.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. So yeah, so I guess that's sort of like a retribution to how, um, even though Naruto didn't happen, it's probably gonna happen. I can already see it. Like
Um,
it's already happening.
no, man, this is this your seven stages of grief because of this
What?
of trying to not admit that Naruto Kita is now canon.
Me?
Yeah.
I don't really mind.
Okay. Okay. So
Like I really, the only reason I wanted Naruto to win is because, um I don't know, because of, I just wanted to win that bet, to be honest. I really didn't care. It was just a joke, remember?
what do you mean it was just a joke?
Like it was like, um it kind of made more sense for Narasaku, but I kind of gave up along the way because I knew it was not gonna happen, and I was just
No,
defending it.
you
So
almost had. I was a little bit worried, like in between. Like I thought Naruto might happen, and I'm like, oh man, I'm worried right now. But then these last few chapters in the leaks to the movie, I'm like, okay, now I'm back on top. I'm winning again. I'm on the
yeah,
board.
I mean, I don't really mind if Naruhina is canon because, I mean,
Uh,
this wasn't something like, it wasn't like a romance or whatever heavily. It was cool because it was, had a lot of action, and Naruto becoming Hokage was one of the things I just looked forward to.
our next bet in Orihime versus Ichigo and Rukia, man.
Okay, I know. Okay, the answer to that is Ichigo and Rukia. All right, there is no doubt about that
Ichigo
at
and
all,
Orihime, man.
at all. Dude,
It's
Rukia,
on. It's on.
like it's obvious. It's obvious.
Okay,
I
it's
swear,
on now. It's
if I
on now.
lose,
Bleach
there's
Parents
no
is
way
now
I'm gonna
on.
lose to Ichigo versus Ichigo and Rukia versus what do you call it?
Ichigo and Orihime.
Yeah, Orihime. That is
Okay,
just
so
not happening. It's
okay,
Rukia. All right, it's
okay.
Rukia.
Okay, passing from that, after the whole thing with Sasuke figuring out where he's going, he's probably just like searching for something. And seeing
Kadia.
Naruto is what with the Gokages, what they're meeting, and seeing that Durai or whatever his name was, the white haired guy from the
Darui.
Lightning Village. Dari. He's the right Kage now.
Did you see
That
that
girl that
beard
was.
though? Did you see that beard?
Yeah, I know. He looks laid back, man.
Yeah, I know. I kind of prefer
Design
his old design, but
like
oh
that.
well.
And seeing I believe there was that guy who was protecting the Mizukage. He's
Oh,
the Mizukage.
the guy who never felt confident or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, and he had Zabuza. No, wait, he didn't have Zabuza's sword. He had Kis. No, what's his name? Sword.
The shark guy.
Yeah, yeah. I forgot his name.
Oh God, you made me forget his name as well.
Yeah. Well, okay. Move from that, and then we got the granddaughter from the Sitsukage. She's the new Kage there, and Garo. He's still the the Kage in his village.
Yeah.
Which kind of surprisingly, he hasn't retired, but still he's around Naruto's age, so he has to run his village.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh, and his name was Kisame.
Kisame, yeah, Kisame. Okay, and the ends the chapter with those buildings in the background of the monument. It has the vote he wrote on Naruto's name, and it on his monument. It said like I rather be censored about this. It's like a stupid dad, and it's kind of funny. He put like a lot of like names on the Kages. Like for the first Hokage, he wrote, um, "Oh, idiot." The second Hokage was stupid. Third Hokage was perv. Fourth Hokage was not hag. Hag was fifth Hokage. Fourth Hokage, he said geezer. And Kakashi, I believe he wrote old or geezer or I don't know.
Yeah, I remember that.
So from that, like that's all from that chapter. So man, I can't believe it, man. That was the last chapter.
I know. So since 1999, and now it's like 2000, the end of 2014. So 15 years,
There
man.
was another page with like Kuroma. He was like sleeping, and then seeing that he's no longer in the cage. And there was another page. It said like, what there once was a boy who was sealed within the nine tails, and now he was the son of the fourth Hokage, and now he's the seventh Hokage. That was pretty beastly. And that was the first page of the first chapter.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah. So are you ready? Are you ready for the spinoff in the spring?
I am, but I'm a little bit worried because this is not written by Kishimoto. It's written by the guy from Blood Prison, which Blood Prison was not really my favorite. But
it was better than some of the other ones. Like, have you seen The Lost Tower? Oh god.
It was all right. I only liked I really liked the second movie, Bonds. I liked the Road to Ninja movie, which we both saw in theaters at that long drive to that long theater, and then there was the first movie.
Oh yeah, which one? Like the very first or the very first Shippuden?
First Shippuden.
Oh,
we're talking time skip movies. The pre-time skip movies, that's for another day.
Those movies were good though.
Yeah, they were, man. So man, I can't believe this is it. Like the last review doing for this until part 3 comes out.
Yeah, I know. So we gotta wait till the last or whatever.
Oh yeah, the last we'll review that one as well if we ever get that leak or something.
Yep. So well, what was it? There was also that One Piece reference on.
Yeah, that was spot on, man. That was spot on. I guess that's a sign for Kishimoto saying like, go read One Piece since this is over.
Yeah.
And then another thing is I texted it to you before, the chapter to like 766 had a picture of representing for Naruto, and it has Luffy eating ramen along with Naruto, who is not shown, but we know that's him because Nami's blocking the picture, but we know that's Naruto.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool. Especially I loved how all the other manga artists, they like gave a lot of comments saying like, great job Kishimoto, enjoy your rest. Especially Oda saying like, you're my rival / friend, and I'm glad that you did this series and rest up and that kind of stuff. I have a feeling they're going to do that for Oda once he ends One Piece in 10 years.
I know. And what was I gonna say? So, man, I really can't believe Naruto is actually ended. I still can't comprehend that.
Hey, it makes me more excited to see this adapted into the anime, man. I really want to see this in the anime.
What, the last chapter?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm just curious like how they would do it. Like, would they do it exactly like the manga, or would they show a little bit more?
Hopefully a little bit more. Hopefully a little bit more, man.
I know. That's what I'm hoping for.
So I guess that's about it, man.
Yep.
Dude, okay, so from us, from Slice of Anime Manga 720, this has been a ride. That we love this Naruto series. Actually, it was like one of the series how we became friends and best friends. And did this series was just great. This series was what got me into the otaku life when I was 11, and
Naruto
and
wasn't.
and what
Go ahead.
it was the series that brought me into what I am today, and what brought me back two or 3 years ago, and
Yeah.
it was great. It was great. I love this series. Thank you, Kishimoto, for the ride. It was
Yeah. And what I want to say is that Naruto wasn't my first series. It was Dragon Ball Z, and I think it was Yu-Gi-Oh or something. Um, but the
I know it's
reason the
I know it's
the
on your top one list, but you still love it.
I love Naruto Part One, and the thing is because I watched Naruto, it got me into other anime and manga, and
Exactly, got me into other anime and mangas
and
too.
if it wasn't for Naruto, I probably wouldn't even know what manga is, because that's how I got into other stuff like Death Note and
Exactly, me too. Wait, hold up. I got one thing I want to show before we end this video.
what is that? All right, well, Ryan is gone for a little bit. I can tell you a little bit of
This
history.
right here,
All right, dang it, I can't really tell now.
this right here was the first manga I ever got when I was 12. Just to throw it up there.
How
That
long?
was the first.
Dude, you've been having that over for 10 years.
Still in still good condition though.
Oh yeah, I think you already mentioned this, but we actually met in high school talking about Naruto, right? It was
Yeah, yeah,
I think we were like one of us downloaded like an app, and it was like a
yeah,
Naruto
yeah. I
trivia.
told you about that.
It
Yeah,
was like a Naruto trivia, and uh I think I was trying to challenge you, like who knew most about Naruto and stuff. And I think you kept on
I
winning
think you
because
won.
you were like the on the current manga where the manga was, and that's why you were knew everything. But and that made me kind of want, because I did lay off Naruto for a while because I wasn't watching anime and manga at that time, like.
Yeah,
And after that, you and me kept on talking about Naruto and anime and manga in general, and that's how I got back. But so basically, what I'm saying, like, if it wasn't for Naruto, most people, they wouldn't like explore other anime or manga out there.
I know. If I didn't get back into Naruto, I would still be going through the dark ages, man.
I know, and I think Naruto is probably one of the best series to start out with,
It
and
is. It
for
is number one on my list of anime and manga, along with One Piece.
like it was like it probably lasted for 15 years, which seems like a long time, but if you went with the series and loved it, I mean it was just a great series.
I know. It from us there, man.
Huh?
I guess that's it.
All right.
Unless you got other stuff to talk about.
No, I think that's pretty much it.
All right, so that's it from us. Hopefully, we'll be back with more Naruto stuff to review later on. Like and subscribe to us. That'll be great.
And
And
we all
we'll
know
see
Ichigo and Rukia are gonna get together, and that'll be the end of that.
Ichigo and Rikina, man. We're gonna
No.
have a discussion on the pairing wars. All right. So until then, we'll see you guys later. Peace out.